Hey, how are you today? Welcome to Well Done Life with Daphne Smith, and I'm Daphne Smith. It's not as sunny behind me as you might notice. I think there's a storm rolling in, which can be very refreshing. I just hope it doesn't mess up our connection. So I'm going to plow through, press on, whatever analogy you want to use, and just keep going. And trust that all will be well, and I'll get this message out to you, and I'll be able to connect with whoever wants to chime in. So again, hello and welcome to Well Done Life. I am Daphne Smith, and I always like to start each of these videos with a little bit of gratitude. And I'm actually going to do little two segments quickly today. First of all, I'm going to go back to the gentleman who truly introduced me to this concept, and that is Dr. Michael Hudson with Get Your Message Heard. He starts every one of his podcasts with a moment of gratitude or a shout out. And so because I listen to him regularly, wow, did you just see that power surge? This could be a very interesting broadcast. So basically, I listen to his podcasts while I exercise. So he keeps me company more than he knows. But he starts every one of those podcasts with a shout out and some gratitude. So that's where I got the idea from, and that's how I've developed the habit. So a big shout out and thank you to Dr. Michael Hudson with Get Your Message Heard. And the true feature today for my shout out is really to a whole group of people. In fact, I believe at most recent count about 1,200 people. This is a group that has lifted me up, who has also lifted my lid, if you will, so expanded my thinking. This is a group of people truly on fire. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Igniting Souls tribe. Thank you for all that you pour into me. You are appreciated, prayed for, thought about, and cheered on more than any of you ever know. And I just want to give you a big thank you for being with me every step of my journey. And for those of you who are watching and aren't familiar with the Igniting Souls tribe, I have a special invitation for you. We're all gathering in Columbus, Ohio this October. And we're going to talk about all things books and all things growing our businesses, from podcasts to YouTube channels and things well beyond. So if you have a business you'd like to grow, if you really just need to be around a group that is truly on fire, then I'm going to put right here a link, because we are having that conference in Columbus, and you can get a ticket. You can join us. I would love to have a good time with you in Columbus. Check out that link. If it's for you, fantastic. I'll look forward to seeing you in October of this year. And now, after saying hello and thank you to all my peeps, I want to get on to today's point. What's the message? Well, it's how's your attitude? Or perhaps, what about your attitude? Back several years ago, gosh, it's been close to a decade, not only were my kids teenagers, which kind of makes me sound old. Really, it's them. They're getting older. I'm not. But when my kids were teenagers and when I was in youth ministry, I can remember saying on more than one occasion, save the attitude, I've got my own. And really, that was just kind of a check to bring people to awareness and say, hey, note to self, might be coming off a little sassy, a little brash, a little ungrateful, whatever the case may be. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today with you. And the reason I want to do that is because our attitude truly impacts every area of our lives. There are two particular phrases that come to mind. And if you've been watching these live videos, or if you've been following me on my YouTube channel for a while, you know I'm a woman of faith. I don't shy away from it. I also don't try to push it. I will share that one of the phrases that comes to my mind when I think about my attitude is from my favorite book. And the quote is, I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for man. So whatever I do, I need to think about the bigger impact and my bigger why. Here's another phrase that comes to mind when I think about my attitude. Actually, it's kind of a cliche. It's, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Now, I'm going to blame both of my parents for that particular counseling session, but I grew up hearing that a lot because maybe once or twice I kind of just did things halfway, maybe just kind of tried to skid through and didn't really give a task my all. Not that any of you would ever do that, but maybe you have a teenager or a friend of yours has a teenager who would do that. Hopefully you don't know any adults who are trying to skate by like that. The reason I want to talk about the whole attitude concept is because when we approach our tasks in life, our opportunities in life, when we approach them from a place of gratitude, our have to changes to get to. Our have to can change to get to simply based on our attitude. So if you believe that, I want you to type in the comments, attitude. Hey, Dawn, great to have you with us. And we're talking a little bit about attitude today and some perspective. So again, if that concept resonates with you, or maybe you're just open to learn a little bit more, type attitude in the comments, and I am going to explain it a little bit deeper. So whenever we have a task and our perhaps spirit, our attitude is a little grumbly, we're not really thrilled about it. I'll give you some examples. Laundry. I cannot say that every time I get to experience the convenience of machines in my own home, the ability to not have to wash every day, the ability to pay for the laundry, the water, and the electricity, I don't always have the best attitude. When I think of it, however, from a place of gratitude, it's a get to. I don't have to do my laundry. I get to do my laundry. How about something like the dishes? Okay, yes, you could argue, well, paper plates, but then my inner environmentalist would be all up in an uproar because, come on, we got grandkids and generations to think of. We need to use regular dishes. But how about the fact that, again, we have dishes. We have food to put on those dishes. So even so much as I get to fix dinner. I get to prepare food in my own home. Don't have to fix dinner. I get to fix dinner. And to be fully transparent, my husband gets to do the dishes. Figure if I cook, right? It's a partnership. Anyway, how about things like walking the dog? Now, bless his heart, I'm going to go back to my husband for a second. He walks those dogs twice a day, every day, come rain or shine. And, you know, when it's raining or it's freezing or it's snowing, he can grumble a little bit. I'll grumble for him. However, he gets to walk the dogs. He's an able-bodied, mobile human being. We can safely walk the dogs in our community. So it's not a have to, it's a get to. Even such things as paying bills, going to work, all of those things really are get to. And I know sometimes for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, it's easy to get discouraged, or hey, maybe you're in a work environment that's just not always a delight. Think about the opportunities before you. Think about how blessed we are to have choices. And when we do that, our perspective changes and we go from have to get to. So if you're watching this video and this is starting to resonate with you, type in the comment gratitude. Because from gratitude, our joy is increased. And when our joy is increased, our energy is increased. And when that is increased, that perspective becomes infectious. And if I'm going to get infected by anything, I want to be infected by a great attitude. A friend of mine, Renee, who is in Columbus, or the Ohio, Columbus area, not the exact town, I'm not sure. But she talks about attitude, and it's just like, it needs to be pumped up, because if not, it's like a flat tire and you're not going to go anywhere. So our attitude truly, as I said, impacts every area of our life. And when we're operating from a place of gratitude, I mean, really, even a mustard seed size bit of gratitude can change that have to a get to. And when we approach things in life with a get to, so much good happens. So much newness is experienced, and so much more joy is spread. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and I want to let you know about something I'm very excited about. Next week, on May 23rd, I am going to do my first ever Ask Daphne live session. So I would love it if you would share that information with your friends. You show up. Hey, Renee, I just got through talking about you. So you'll have to go back and listen to the first part of this video. It was all good, only and always all good. Well, what I was just telling everybody is that next week, for the first time ever, I am doing Ask Daphne. It'll be live. It will be completely unscripted. I will answer just about any question you ask me. I have 2 rules. My weight and my annual income are off limits, okay? The IRS knows part of that, and my physician knows the other. Those are the only 2 questions I will not ask. And oh my gosh, Monica, thank you for hopping on. All the times I talk about my virtual assistant, she's the woman. She is the woman behind the woman and makes everything in my life happen the way it's supposed to. So it's great. Thank you for joining me. So next week, again, share the video, invite people to join us. It's going to be Ask Daphne Anything. Thank you. It is going to be fun. I'm a little nervous, but it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be all good. So tune in next week. And one final thing before we go. I am in the final phases of the launch for my book. And so I'm going to be offering early or sneak peek of chapters from the book. I'm going to be offering bonuses. I'm going to be offering coaching calls. And so if you want to stay in the know and you want to be ahead of the crowd with what's going on, I'm going to type a link right here. And if you will go to this page that Monica set up, we'll get you all plugged in, and I promise you will know everything. You'll get advanced notification. You'll know what date to put on your calendar for the global broadcast. Don't tell anybody, but we're going for a record, okay? Well, no, I will need you to tell people. That's the only way we're going to hit the record, right? So get in the know, join the club. Literally, there's nothing to purchase, I promise, and I'm not going to share your information with anybody. It's just for me, and I'd love to have you be part of the launch campaign for What's Your Scarlet Letter, released worldwide soon. And again, I want to thank you for joining me today on Well Done Life. Remember that attitude. When it's perspective of gratitude, then our have-tos change to get to. And when we get to, we get so much more. Have a great day. Hey, I'm grateful. the power didn't go out during this. So I'm going to sign off now before I push my luck. Look forward to spending time with you next week. And ask Daphne anything. Live today and every day as a well-done life. Bye for now.